psychic readings for you. Psychic reading for you. I was just remembering how I used to do the reels. Psychic reading for you. I remember. Just going to share these live streams, and then I'm going to do a collective reading, and then we're going to jump into, I'll choose intuitively for readings. So hello. So I'm just going to share this and be present with you. The cold's been a little bit cold, but not cold compared to some places in the world. Okay. Bring all this up here. Hi, Penny. Hello. Okay. My hands are frozen. It's so cold here. It's not, I know it's not cold compared to, like, you know, Canada's and stuff. For me here in sunny Queensland, it is. So, okay. Just going to share this here as well. So hello, hello, hello. I'll do a collective reading. I'm so curious, like, oh, I just feel like I could do so much of a collective live update, actually. Okay. Because it just feels like there's a lot of energy flying around. Like, huge. Okay. I'll get this together in a moment. It's not loading. Why isn't it loading? Okay, I think we're good. All right, figured it out. Yes, there's a lot of energy flying around. Like, lots. Okay, I'll just share this in one more place. Okay. From Brisbane. Is it cold down there? Penny woke up feeling like, what is going on today? Yeah, I did a live stream in my Life Purpose Legacy group, because we do trainings every fortnight in there. And last week the training was on black magic, curses, sorcerers, trained and untrained sorcerers, sorceresses, people who know what they're doing with black magic and curses, and people who don't know what the fuck they're doing when they fuck around with shit like that, you know? Like, it's kind of like you take your car to the mechanic because they know what the fuck they're doing with the car, right? You're gonna try and, like, I don't know, YouTube how to change oil and stuff. I mean, like, hey, like, you can, okay? I get it, you can. But let's be real, we pay people for, you know, their skills and expertise for a reason, okay? Okay? But to give you some depth of what's been going on collectively, energetically, and all the pieces, like, yeah, I did a live stream on black magic, curses, and trained and untrained sorcerers and sorceresses, and people who don't know what the fuck they're doing when they fuck around with stuff they don't know. Like, don't open portals if you don't know what the fuck you're doing, okay? That's all I gotta say. But there's sort of like, there's 4 quadrants to that sort of piece, right? There's like unconscious, conscious, trained and untrained, right? Of people who muck around with, you know, psychic stuff, you know, it's not something you want to be messing around with, right? So let's have a look at the collective reading. You know, and I want to say, like, that was the depth of one of the trainings we did last week. The throat chakra consciousness. Okay, so this is, all right, dropping into the collective reading now as I speak, because there's huge energy coming through. There's a really big piece in this as well. So I'm just moving my desk. Because amongst all of this, there's a huge dimensional collective shift. Like, there always is, okay? But there's certain times and frequencies when it really amps up, and at the moment is really like, you know, is really happening now, okay? So, okay, so just to give you an idea of what sort of psychic I am. So Joanne said there, do you pick up on who entered my apartment and stole my stuff? Like, I don't do that shit, okay? I work with you on why you attracted that. I work with you on the part of you that's attracting people stealing shit from you. Doesn't matter who the fuck, like, stole you. I don't know. I don't fucking know who stole your shit. That's not like, it's almost like that's irrelevant to the fact of, like, let's clear the part of you that's like bringing this into your life, right? So whilst there is, yeah, black magic, curses, all that sort of stuff, it's kind of like, you know, my biggest piece as a psychic is like, let's take responsibility for your life and then we'll deal with the other stuff. Because until you deal with the stuff going on inside of you, it's just going to keep happening, and it's like irrelevant what's going on out there until we clear and align this in here. So, you know, just not, you know, for you. Yeah. And purge the demon. Yeah, there's big dark stuff going on. This is very throat chakra consciousness, this level of darkness. It's all the throat chakra consciousness. I got the message a couple of weeks back. It was like, you're ready to film the dark stuff in the throat chakra consciousness now, because I've held off on filming it in the throat chakra consciousness because I got to almost like a stuck point. I was like, where do you even start with this? Like, it was almost like there is so much stuff going on. Like, there's so much, like, how many demons are there? How many entities are there? Like, do you know what I mean? It's like, how many people are there in the world? Like, how am I going to cover all that? And I held off and like didn't feel like it was right for me to even film and teach on it, because I was like, how am I supposed to cover that? I could talk about that every day for the rest of my life and still not cover every single piece. But then after several months, I got the message the other day and I'm like, yeah, I understand now how to teach this, right? Okay. All right. So let's have a look at this collective reading about what's going on. It's not cold. Okay, well, you're in Brisbane, so I'm in the hinterland, so it is a couple of degrees colder. So I'm just saying, okay? It's like, you know, yeah. Okay. Collectively, with all of this stuff going on, there's a lot. Collectively, with all this stuff going on, I've been saying to people, it feels like we're shifting dimension, because I want to say there feels like there's no other way to describe what's going on. In essence of, like, when I've been witnessing what's been going on collectively, and it's almost like there's so many people that are like battling demons, for example, but there's so much stuff that's just like dropped away. Like, all of a sudden it's just dropped away. Like, things that you didn't think were going to drop away just dropped away. Like, again, I'm like, we've just been through this. Didn't we just go through this? Like, the last 9 to 10 months has just been insane of a clear out, right? It's kind of like drop and we're like, oh, okay, stabilize. And then it's like drop. And it's like, what is actually happening? And it's just like drop, drop, drop. Now, over the last 9 to 10 months, I feel like there's been a big dimension shift, as they keep saying. But what's come up for the collective reading is new home, which again is exactly what this, like, if we're leaving an old dimension and coming into a new dimension, it is a home, right? Sorry, I forgot to turn this around for the cards today. It's a new home, right? So moving is a step in the right direction for you. Now, this could obviously mean moving, right? But it could also mean, like, from a collective standpoint, this confirms the shift of dimension. But it's interesting to me because not everyone's experiencing it, which also confirms a shift in dimension, because not everyone shifts to the next dimensional frequency at the same time because they're simply not ready for it. Like higher frequencies for your body needs to be at a position to receive it. Otherwise it just won't, and it will actually obliterate you more than you're able to receive that level of light. So working with your body and like preparing your frequency to receive more, like your physical vibration must be able to receive higher frequencies of light. But if you have a very dense physical body, then it's hard for you to actually receive the higher levels of light, and it just won't happen. It'll floor you, or it'll just pass you by because it's almost like a rebound. It'll just rebound off you because you're not ready for that level of frequency, right? Okay, so new home confirms the frequency shift of dimensions that is going on. And then we have get some exercise. So I was just talking about preparing your body for the new levels of light. So move your body, movement, okay? The collective message is right now, it's so important to move. Move. It could be very much a physical move, but also on a dimensional level. And to prepare your body is for like movement. So movement shifts out old stagnant energy, and movement allows the energy to move to receive more. So see how, I know it's sort of like her skirt or whatever, but it's like ding. Oh my God, I can't see it there. Like that, right? It's like this movement. It's kind of like it pushes you forward, but you have to be able to like move to, do you know what I mean? When we move, everything moves, right? Movement creates movement. Now, express your individuality. It's like, it's time for you to move and to come out of your shell. So on a collective level, we're coming into a new frequency, not hiding anymore, asking for what you want, positive affirmations, right? Your mindset is everything. I was getting the message as well. You're watching this while doing your workout. Perfect, Penny. I love that so much. Master Manifester, which we're starting. So this is a huge week this week, okay? We have solstice and we have the full moon, and then we start Master Manifester days afterwards. And do you know why it feels so big? Because that's right. Because if you guys remember back in, was it March, April? And I ran Unhook Me, and it was the eclipse. And then we did the 3-day workshop of Unhook Me. So unhooking from, this is interesting actually, and now we're at solstice. So we did the Unhook Me workshop. So unhooking and releasing unhealthy, toxic relationships, stuff. So it's got to go, it's got to go, it's got to go. Now we're here and it's solstice and full moon. And then we start Master Manifester. So it's like these last 3 months, okay? So this is part of the shift. Okay, here we go. Here's the message. This is part of the shift. This is the shift. There's been this bubble since the eclipse, right? So I can't remember the exact date. Let me see if I've probably got it in my calendar here. It wasn't February, was it? Pretty sure it was March. April. Oh my God, it was April. So April, May, June, July, April, June. So it's like an 8-week portal. So since the 8th, so we had the eclipse on the 8th of April. 8th of April. Sorry, this is important information for some reason. So whatever you unhooked from, right, around the start of April, think back, what was going on? What was flicking out? What was shifting? It's almost like that was where the big like dropout began, right? Yeah, 9 weeks, thank you. The solar or lunar eclipse, well, it was both, right? So I think that was the new moon eclipse ceremony. It's just, I haven't written it in my diary there. So the 8th, because there was a few, that's right, there was a few, wasn't there? Oh yeah, there was a full moon ceremony on the 25th of March, and then there was the eclipse. So I held the eclipse ceremony, which I sometimes hold the ceremonies over the eclipses, but not always. So it's like, because we did the 3 days of unhooking me, like in the dark moon phase, then at the new moon was the new moon eclipse on the next day. And so now we have solstice. So these like important pivotal pieces of the cycles, right, that we go through in life are really important to harness and work with and be conscious of. Why? Because they affect us anyway. Just like winter affects us, just like summer affects us. We don't blame ourselves on like what's going on these things, but we work with them. In winter, we wear warmer clothes. In summer, we wear warmer clothes. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it affects us. So when we work with it, we're more supportive and we're able to work with these cycles. Something's really strong coming through with these cycles, right? So when we're looking at the collective pieces, movement to come and shine your light, all this light here, right? Movement to come and shine your light, express your individuality. Ask for what you want. Whatever's being cleared out is allowing the new energy and the new frequencies, the new energy and the new frequency. Now you can ask for what you want. You've already asked for what you want. That's why it started this cascade, right? And now in the shift of like the eclipse, and this is where the affirmations, this is why I started talking about all this. I was getting the message just before I came live. This master manifester is so about your mind, what's possible, what you're believing in. Like, if you can't fucking fathom believing in it, then Master Manifester is not for you, right? Master Manifester is a place where we're fully focused on the delusional dreams. Because being in a space where everyone is focusing on their goals, on their dreams, there's an amplified energy with that. There's movement, there's a higher vibrational frequency, there's people believing in who the fuck they are. They're asking for what they want. They don't give a fuck what anyone thinks. They believe in themselves, and so they make it manifest in their life. There's a time and a place for healing, and Master Manifester is not for that. Trust Your Intuition is for healing. Life Purpose Legacy, you get access to Trust Your Intuition, and you get access, in the inner circle, you get access to all my courses. But Master Manifester coming up is where we're fully focused on where the fuck we're going, and we're fucking off anyone that doesn't believe in our delusional dreams. We don't care if you don't believe in our delusional dreams. Fuck off out of my life. I'm being kind. But when you step into this frequency, people will drop out of your life that you didn't expect drop out of your life. When you shift into this frequency, stuff will move without you didn't even do anything, because you're already here, and so everything's falling away, and you're like, oh, but then you don't care in a way because you're already here. This is the energies leading up to the solstice this week and the full moon that amplifies it in ceremony. I'm so excited. So for those of you who are in Master Manifester, you get access to this week's full moon ceremony, because 2 days later we start Master Manifester. And it's like, this is the time for focus. There's no time for drama, fucking around. Like, we're done with that. We're very past that. That's what Unhook Me was a couple months back. Now we're here. It's like full steam ahead, ready for takeoff. Let's fucking go. This is the energy and the frequency coming through. If you are not here, you will be feeling exhausted, falling apart, like you just won't, you're just not here. And there's no judgment, but there's a time and a place for healing. But there's an energy coming through the cosmos right now, and it's exactly this. It's time. It's fucking go time. It's takeoff time, right? And so this is a really, I want to say, pivotal shift in time for this collective. Now, the bottom card of the deck is the holiday. Now, this can be take a breather, so maybe you do need to rest. And I feel as well, like, I think yesterday I looked on the Schumann resonance. The Schumann resonance like peaked. It was really like, it was like this big blast of like light that came in, right? So the holiday card, oh, there's scammers out, guys. There's always going to be scammers that come out. I won't friend request you. There's people that will friend, but anyone's hounding you. Like, it's not, like, it looks like me, or it looks like just another psychic. No, they steal all our psychics' profiles, right? They steal all our profiles, and they fucking go and hound everybody. Like, it's not even the person that it looks like. It's not, right? Block them, delete them, ban them, just get on with your life. Like, thank them for allowing you to trust your intuition and not get scammed. Holiday, talking about clearing out the riffraff, right? So, bottom card is the holiday. Now I'm going to pull a Rumi card for the overlying message for this reading as well. For this collective reading. And then we're going to do some individual readings. Yeah, it was a huge like yesterday it came in. So the blessing of Al-Kahim just came through. So the blessing, so Passion of the Wild Red Mother. I love these Rumi cards, but I'm going to have to look in the book. Passion of the Wild Red Mother. Passion has ignited, right? This is this collective, like the light is streaming in, harness it, act on it, ask for what you want. Like now's the time, like there's movement, run with it. Do you know what I mean? Like the door's open, go. Passion of the Wild Red Mother. And this one sticking out here is the Star of Arrakis. The Star Mother of Arrakis. If you guys have been watching my posts lately, you'll see the stars have been really strong, right? Guiding the way. Must be a thing, I think. Okay. All right. So this one flicked out, right? The blessing of Al-Hakim. Let's see what this is about. There's something about the heart coming through. Okay. Something about the heart coming through. It literally says, the gift of wisdom, the blessing of Al-Hakim, gurgles up from the heart. It just said something about the heart coming through. Her blessing is evoked by life, like the laughter of a babe, joyfully responding to the playful tickle of the mother's hand. Wisdom can make divine sense of anything, especially of that where logic is blinded. I just finished saying the door is open, the opportunity is presented, run with it, go with it. Didn't I just say that? And then this flicked out, like confirming that for you, okay? Wisdom can make divine sense of anything, especially of that where logic is blinded. This is like the epitome of following the heart, even when it doesn't make logical sense. How I revere in the blessing of Al-Hakim, of wisdom, for she is precious and welcome to me now and always, the dear friend who brings me such peace. This is soul medicine. It is a spiritual gift of healing, prophecy, insight, and the capacity to surrender any impatient claim for what you cannot yet have. The biggest piece about Master Manifestor is like this energy. This is what we're running with. And this is like leading up. It's like, woo, like it's been like 3 weeks of lead up to this. And then we've got a 3-week vortex. There's 6 weeks is the birthing portal, right? So there's been 3 weeks of Master Manifestor lead up. We start a couple of days after the full moon. So it's like solstice, full moon, 3 weeks of this vortex that we're going to be in. So if you're ready to fully activate and get on path for where you're headed in whatever it is that you're manifesting in your life, whether it's more wealth, more health, more love, more alignment to your purpose, whatever that is, Master Manifestor is the place you'll want to be. This is not a place for healing. It's not a place for drama. This is a place where we're fully focused on where the fuck we're going and everyone else can fuck off. So if you're in that space and you're ready, then Master Manifestor is for you. Just comment master because you're mastering your reality and your manifesting skills, and I'll send you the details. Been tons of synchronicities going on. Yeah, right? And synchronicity is when you're in the flow. Synchronicity is when you've tapped into your higher self and you've connected in to where you're being guided to go. If there's not synchronicities pulling you along and guiding you in your life, you're disconnected from your higher self, right? So when we're in Master Manifestor, the biggest piece is about the connection to where you're uniquely going, because not everyone has the same dreams. Not everyone has the same unique soul purpose. And this is the key, is like your connection to your highest self. Are you connected? Okay. As you receive this gift, this blessing, which happens at a soul level, I'm pretty sure I just said that. As you receive this gift, this blessing, which happens at a soul level, your attitude to life becomes more curious, open, still, and receptive. But in the stillness, right? In the stillness is the movement. Why? Because in the connection is the movement. Does that make sense? But it's still. but it's movement because you're connected. You no longer have the drive to, you no longer have to drive the unfoldment of your desires into form. You rest in the assurance that your daily application and effort is enough, and you surrender. I think you guys are getting the first snippet of Master Manifestor. If this is resonating, the Master Manifestor is for you, because it's exactly it. Oh my God. This is like, okay. All right, this is it. From this place of increasing stillness, great activity will flow. Didn't I just say that? You shall become capable of being the surrendered vessel to the guiding divine hand, and truly great contributions to the human soul evolution can occur through you. Did I just not say this? Like, oh my gosh. You may feel unexpectedly, perhaps, that in some way your visions for your life and your purpose, your divine mission, is clearer than ever before. In other ways, completely unknown to you, a discovery yet to be made. Oh my God, this is exactly what I was just talking about. I love this. This oracle comes with special guidance to bring you peace. Look to the old ways, to the ancient wisdom teachings that run as one vein of life-giving love through all traditions. The old wisdoms teach of cycles. I was just talking about cycles. Of cycles, of timings. Oh my God, this is hilarious. Hang on, where was it? The old wisdoms teach of cycles, of timings, of letting go to allow for new life to happen, and of the greater intelligence and scheme of life to which we must surrender if we are ever to know a moment's peace, and may I add, your purpose. I've always said the more peace you feel, the more on purpose you are. Well, actually, that's what Archangel Chamuel says. He's the life purpose archangel, and I'm the life purpose queen. So, you know, that's what I say too. That's exactly, what did I just start talking about when I first started channeling this collective message? The cycles are so important at this time. Summer, winter, moon cycle, solstice, equinox, all the things, the eclipses back on the equinox, like all of that, right? So your message for the collective is let go, surrender, but in that surrender is your connection, and this is where the power is. Ask for what you want. It's safe for you to be who you want. Now you can ask for what you want. The slate is clear. You've done it. It's done. It's dusted. You're in the new dimension now, right? And that's really what this is about. All the darkness rears its head when it's letting go, right? When you're letting go, and it's like testing you. It's like, do you really want this? Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? Yeah, I'm fucking sure. Okay, let's go. Leave me alone. All right, we've got it. I'm just going to quickly see what this star is and just see if there's anything here, because that was just so on point. I must have read the card before I read the card. How about that? Okay. Just blew my mind. If you wanted confirmation of the collective reading that just streamed through, well, there we go. We just got it. Okay, 23. The star mother Arrakis. Arrakis? Your star mother Arrakis dances with your soul on the celestial inner plane. She dances in the embrace of Father Sky, shining white and pale, deep in the devotion to the light behind all that is. Dancing star of the heavens incites our souls to feel the rhythm of life and surrender to it in flow, in grace, stumbling, and in play. Like a child who not thinks of the right steps, but just moves with the rhythm and the flow. This is called heart chakra. Okay, let's see. Star child, earth angel, divine creature, your star mother keeps an eye on all the wild games happening in the sacred playground of earth. She will care for you, righteous and true, shining divine justice and protection. No bully shall prevail over you. And this is where I was talking about, like, the darkness. Do you know what I mean? Like, the darkness doesn't, I want to say the darkness doesn't affect you, especially when you become conscious of it. And also when you know why it's trying to pull you down. You're like, yeah, no, I'm fucking doing it. Fuck off. No one has power over you. No one does. No matter how dark life on earth may seem at times, when we remember our holy heritage, we can also realize, yes, I am blessed, held and one with the mother who shall not be deterred from the great holy purpose. I just said all this. I shall prevail. I forgot that and feared, but now I remember and I'm determined once more. Then you shall feel joy and be inclined to dance, sing and make your art and live fearlessly once again. Which wolf will you feed? Exactly. And this is the bottom card of the deck, the divine, the passion of the wild red mother. And that's like your purpose and passion just firing up again. On point, on point. All right, that's you, Earth Angel. Yes, yes, yes. I love it, I love it, I love it. Okay, I think it was the mothers and father, two daughters. Yeah, I love that. My higher self was with the female bluish aliens with a male to my right. Yeah, it's so good to know to connect with your, like with your higher self. Like we should be doing that. It's like the number one thing I teach in Trust Intuition. If you can't connect to your higher self, there's no way you can either like clear childhood wounds, receive intuition, like, you know, you're just unconscious to everything. Okay, so I'm going to start individual readings. The collective is done. If you feel resonance with that, Master Manifestor is definitely for you. So we start this time next week. And if you join Master Manifest, you get access to this full moon ceremony, but you have to join by the end of the week because the ceremony is on Saturday or Friday afternoon, evening, if you're not in the Southern Hemisphere in Australia time zone. So yes, I love it. Okay. All right. Time to step up and lead. Hello. Yes, yes, yes. Hi, Rachel. Yes, I'm pulling card now. Okay, so now I'm moving into individual readings. So how I work in this space is I ask now for yes, please. So if you can comment yes, please, which means yes, Hannah, I'd love a card. And once I have a list of yes, pleases, then I will intuitively choose. And you just have to stay live. Like you can't just say yes and then disappear and expect me to read and no, you have to stay live. It's not fair to everyone else. And then I will read, and obviously I won't be able to get to everyone on this call today, but if you listen carefully, there's always a message. And once I finish reading that person, then I'll ask for another round of yes pleases. You only need to put yes in once. I see your comments. If you keep putting it in, it's like spam. Nobody likes spam. I see you. I see you. Okay, let's see who this card is for now. Now the collective reading is done, so I'm just really clearing off from the collective reading because last week it was like still a collective reading. What the hell's going on? All right, so now I'm moving into individual readings, being very clear about that, moving in this space. Goodbye to the old, hello to the new. Yes, okay, so now we're in this new section on our live stream. We're good, we're good. All right. Oh, it's so cold. The wind's really cold. Okay. I do have the heater on, but it's still cold here. Okay, and just be mindful, like, of scammers. I know I said it before, but when I'm doing psychic readings or anything, they just all come out of the woodworks and, yeah, just be aware of it. I wonder if we're going to get some more rain because I noticed the planet twin solar systems like beautiful still, and then it comes with winds, like blowing gale winds, and then it rains and okay, who is this for? Okay, so Margaret Harley, is that how you pronounce your last name? Sorry if I didn't pronounce that correctly. So it's your birthday, Rachel. Happy birthday. Okay, so Margaret, you've come full circle. I want to say a cycle has ended. Oh, that's what it just says, a very happy ending. A cycle has ended. Like you've come full circle, but I want to say you won't have to go through this again. Like, and I'm hearing the message for you to trust that this is a brand new cycle. Like it's almost, I don't know, I'm getting covered in goosebumps as I say this to you. The cycle has ended and a brand new one is beginning. You've come full circle. And what I mean is like, this isn't a new cycle. of something. This is a new beginning of a whole new book. This is not a new chapter. This is a whole new book. And this is like, so for example, in 2018, I was working with a lot of clients who were all, it was like this sort of like big, I don't know, group of, and a lot of the people I was working with were like releasing a lot of unhealthy, narcissistic, toxic relationship stuff, domestic violence stuff. And we were doing a lot of past life work, and it was so like there was a lot of people that were doing these healings around the past life trauma. But the past life work we were doing is like, you know how they say like past life is like repeating, karmic, blah, blah, blah. What was happening is that that cycle would never happen again. Like you wouldn't meet this person again in another lifetime. Like, you know how it's like, oh, you're familiar. Oh, you're familiar. Oh, no. It's like those repeating cyclic karmic relationships that keep you trapped in a certain vibration and no more. And now it's like you're ready for the pure relationship of like your other half, like your actual piece, right? And so for you, Margaret, it's like that's complete. Like, you know, I explain that past life chapter, like the book's closed, like that doorway of that vibration is no more. And with the Justice card coming up, Archangel Raguel, and Archangel Raguel is the relationship archangel, right? And Archangel Michael, as we know, cuts away things with his sword, negative energies, etc. Raguel is literally the archangel of relationships. Fight for justice and equality, rulings made in your favor, do not give up. And this is where it's like, it's ended, but you might still be cleaning up from it. But it's like, this is, you know, everything's coming into balance now. Sorry, the camera's back to front. I'm trying to like balance the scales. He's holding the scales, right? The divine justice scales. Like you won't have to walk through this again. This is a whole different era. You needn't go through your current challenges alone. Help is nearby. Negative thoughts create self-fulfilling prophecies. Prophecies. The only thing that can pull you back down on the negative scale is your belief that you're not worthy of having what you really want. Now, it's interesting, given the collective reading that I was saying to you, like the time for all of that is done in Master Manifestor. We're just going for our delusional dreams and that's it, right? The only thing that can create the self-fulfilling prophecy of that cycle repeating is your own belief system in it. Is your own belief system in it. It's 1111. The thought number 1111. Any ones are always about like your thoughts are manifesting really rapidly, and that's the collective reading. Like your thoughts are steering the direction of your life right now. Yes, there's so much more to creating your reality than just thoughts, but they're a huge part of it. And right now at 1111, and given the collective reading, it is like the most important message for you. So all right, these two cards are just sticking out of the pile and I was trying to lift this up. So this here, what you're scared of is your power. So stability and efficiency, taking charge of a situation, ambitious plans. And that's what I was like, the only thing that is going to ruin the new book, right, rather than just a new chapter, right, is your own self-fulfilling thoughts and your prophecy. Because what you're actually scared of, for some reason I'm doing a 5-card pull for you, Margaret, the only thing you're scared of is your power, is actually the good life, is actually it being good. Ariel is also the abundance archangel, right? And so when you look at the only thing that's going to go wrong is the way you're thinking about it. It's going to send it into the spiral. We're not. The only thing that will reactivate that timeline is you thinking all those thoughts that were in that timeline. Does that make sense? So the only thing you're scared of is your power, the emperor, and stability and efficiency. So these cycles were that made up of instability. And this is the pattern that's breaking. It's interesting. That's what I was talking about in the past life thing that I was talking about in 2018. There was a lot of clients I was working with that all, for some reason, all at the same time, everyone was like breaking outdated cycles in relationships where you just wouldn't meet that person anymore because it was the karmic cyclic of the old world. And now the new world is birthed. And so that's why all these relationships that are of the new dimension, right, of who you're becoming, and stepping into is now coming into alignment, right? The stability, the healthy, the trustworthy, taking charge of a situation, ambitious plans. Like, please tell me you watched the start of the collective reading. And this, see, Ariel again, and this is where I was like, the only thing that is stopping you from creating the life you love is your thoughts. 8 of Ariel, 8 is the abundance number. Take pride in your excellent work. Practice makes perfect. Consider getting additional education or training. And so this is again like training. Maybe there is healing that you need to do as well, Margaret, but it just feels like there's this piece here around you really like choosing. This is you choosing it and believing that you're worthy, but your belief is a byproduct. I want to say your worthiness is a byproduct of you of actioning the new reality for you. Lots of purple, lots of pink. New beginnings is the crown chakra. I started, the chakras coming down, as you know. I don't start from the base up. I'm changing the world, so we're starting from the crown down. No, I don't know, it's kind of interesting though. And this, so I actually do feel, Margaret, that you are going through a bit of grief, which is normal at a new beginning and when things drop away. So Margaret, for you, there is grief and healing that is going on. Everything happens for a reason. Release regret and embrace the opportunities for happiness. Search for the silver lining. Now, sometimes in the midst of the grief, there's no, I want to say there's no room for like, I almost wrote something this morning. I wrote it on my phone. If you do not grieve, letting go as if it's never coming back, you will never know if it's actually meant to be, right? So when we're grieving something, people sometimes don't go into the depths of grief because grieving makes you let go. If you do not grieve like it's never coming back, you will, number one, not know if it's actually meant to be, meaning like when you grieve something as if it's never coming back, you, number one, let go, which creates space for the soul-aligned people to enter into your life. But when you are still not grieving properly and holding on to what's, been, then you're never going to create space for the soul-aligned people. And that means that these people, the ones you're grieving, might step up and realign with you. And that does happen. Sometimes it's not the people you think it is, right? But when you fully grieve and let go properly, means grieving properly, you create space for the new world. But it's a choice. It's a choice. So, and I want to say, sorry, I'm just gonna, what's the matter, Dawn? It's like you need to be able to let go for, I want to say, to give yourself a chance. But most people don't get past that. But I feel, Margaret, you are. We can be focusing on our desires and moving forward whilst letting go of everything that's falling away. We can definitely be doing that. Dawn agrees. Cat is unconditional, is self-love. It's rhodochrosite in the liquid crystals, and it's self-love. And the biggest piece about letting go is you learn to love yourself. Because the people you are letting go of don't love you. Maybe they do, but not in the way that's aligned for you. And when you truly grieve and let go, you learn to love yourself. And that shifts your vibration so the soul-aligned people can come in that love you for who you are, because you now love yourself for who you are, because you let go of all the shit that was blocking the love in the first place. Did we get that message? That was deep. That was actually really deep. Okay, I'll have another round of yes pleases. Have another round of yes pleases. Just as confirmation to finish up that reading, inner child. So that's the healing that goes on, right? And there is so much to be grateful for. When you actually do the work, you step into this place. So if you are, felt really deep, that one. It was really deep. There is so much to be grateful for: financial success and the promise of retirement, a rich and rewarding family life. If you do not grieve and let go of your past completely, you don't have a chance for this to come in. because this is on a higher vibration. This is on a healed vibration. When you're still grieving the past and not willing to go into the depths to heal your wounds from your past, it blocks this. And this is actually what you're wanting, right? Okay. All right, so let's move into this next piece. So if these messages are resonating with you, it's very much deep into Master Manifestor, which we're starting this time next week. And if you join Master Manifestor before Saturday, you get access to the full moon ceremony, because we've got solstice this week, full moon, and then we're starting Master Manifestor on everything that's been brought to light to fully push us forward into the new cycle. Okay, so I can already feel who this is for. Okay. They resonated. Yeah, it's a big one, right? And the thing is, as I was saying before, like in Master Manifestor, this isn't a space for healing. It's of course we're going to touch on pieces, but it's like, where the fuck are we going? Let's go. Like, enough fucking around. Let's go. Like, you know, but it's also in a thing of like, where you focus. Not everyone's ready to focus on the future that's waiting for them. Okay. All right. This round of yes pleasers. Margaret says, thank you so much. And thanks for explaining in a way I can understand what you said. Love the last family card, yes. Mm-hmm. It's the hardest thing of letting go, because it's an ego death. It's an absolute ego death. But when there's quote unquote no ego, there's soul. Sorry, no one ever not has an ego, because I don't actually like the word ego, because I believe that our ego is our human self. And without our human self, we don't have, like, when our ego is dead, we're dead. Because our ego is our human self, right? And that's the thing, like, we've always got an aspect of ego because we're human. But in grieving and letting go, we're letting go of our wounded ego, our wounded parts. But if we don't have our wounded ego, what have we got? And it's our light that we're most scared of, right? Okay. So who is this for? I'm not sure if they're ginkgo leaves. Is that what they are in my lilies? And yeah, they're my little fairy lights in them. In them. I see you there, Karen. It's pointing out my ginkgo leaves. I didn't even know they're ginkgo leaves. Hey, we should check out what the ginkgo leaves are in my herb deck. Okay, all right. I've got these cards here. I'm choosing somebody. It's okay. Okay. There's obviously a message in the ginkgo. I'll have a look in a minute. I'm sure that'd be in one of the herbal decks here. Someone probably knows. Okay. This card pull that's already come out is for Brittany. It's for Brittany. Brittany Emery. Very old tree from prehistoric times. Ah, see? That's letting go of the old. Letting go of the old ego and allowing the ancient wisdom to pour through, which was the collective reading. Okay. So this is for Brittany. Is she still here? Because I've been rambling a little bit. I think it's the cold. Okay. Is Brittany still here? I'm just going to check before I start reading. Okay, Brittany's still here. Overflow, woman. Overflow. Overflow. I don't know if you're in Master Manifestor, are you? I know you're in some of my courses. Oh, and by the way, when you're in Master Manifestor or any of my courses, you get lifetime access. So each year when we run them, like, and it's interesting, I ran Master Manifestor this time last year. So each time when we run them, you get automatic access. You get every round, and every time we do a round, it like compounds, right? And it builds upon one another. Overflow. Brittany. Overflow. It's in the past card. I also feel like you're looking at the past. like the cup upside down, like the spilt milk, because you can see here, it's like a mirror. Yeah, it's like the mirror reflection. And this one's jumping out at me more. Now, this is in the past card, but I'm also getting the message for you. It's really important for you to release regret and shame, right? It's like you need to shake it out of your body. Like literally jump up and down, go dancing, put on your earphones, dance around, like jump and shake that out of your body, the regret and shame. Regret and shame is a very heavy vibration, as we know. You'll be soon thriving with an overflow of abundance and blessings. So this is a past card, but I feel like the regret and shame, it could be about finances, it could be about anything, but there's regret and shame that is holding you down, if you may, right? So in the right now card is Mother of Pearls. True wisdom is seeing beyond the present situation. Kind of says it all. It's almost like release the regret and shame about what you think you did or didn't do, right or wrong. True wisdom is seeing beyond the current situation. You need to pull yourself up out. You need to flip the mirror and actually see what's going on now, rather than continuing to pull this out, if you may. Let go so you can grow. Exactly. And it's like true wisdom is seeing beyond the current circumstances. This is like eagle eye, like come up to the top, like see it. And it's interesting, right? This is the saltwater oracle. Come up to the top, come up to the surface. You've been diving deep for too long. It's time to lighten up and lighten your vibration and to see the truth. What's this one? And the healing waters. See the truth. I call Mintaka's sacred waters to grant me divine clarity. It's time for you to see the truth. And it's like time for you to see the truth, time for you to see the light, time for you to see your magic, time for you to see actually who you are. Like the Mother of Pearls, she's like holding this shell up. It's kind of like, oh, like, can you see how amazing this is? Like, even if everything's turning to shit and everything's falling away, it's like, stay here, stay here. I keep hearing like, stay here with your guiding light, stay here with your northern star, stay here with your, do you know what I mean? Like stay connected to your vision, stay connected to your dreams, stay connected to the cup half full. It's easy to get pulled down, but, oh look, and this is the reconciliation of self. And then sticking out is the North Star card. Well, I don't know if it's a North Star card, but it's Polaris. I think that's the North Star. Do you stand still or follow which beckons it towards you? And this is where it's like you've been like focusing down for too long in a way. Do you know what I mean? Like it's almost like something's triggered you, or, you know, because it's like sometimes life pulls us down. Like it's just like, and then like we're holding it and it's just like, I can't anymore. And there's a surrender in that, of course. There's a surrender, and then there's a time for picking yourself back up. And this is what I feel the message is for you, because this reconciliation of self, you are in the vibration of self-acceptance, just as you truly are. And this is where the mirror is shining. You know what I mean? It's kind of like look at that image. Like she's like, oh, this is me. I don't give a fuck about anybody else anymore. Just let me do me, please. And this is where the really strong portal and boundaries, like that sort of archway around her, is just like, oh, just let me be me and everyone can just fuck off. Like it's really strong. I don't know why I'm singing that for you. Okay, so I just picked up a card from the top. It's got stuck under the overflow, which is not really, you know, it wasn't part of it, but there's solitude. So if you're on your own right now, it's fine. It's fine, right? It's like, yes, that's what I'm coming into now. It's like, yeah, the solitude. I'm like, I'm good. I'm fucking good. Like, just leave me alone and just let me do my thing. There's so much power in solitude and aloneness. And the wolf, I've got a picture of a wolf above my desk there, and he's like jumping out at me. The wolf is like very much around like the solitude and the aloneness. So I'm just pulling a card out of my Druid Explore. It's the only deck of oracles that I have on my phone is the Druid Oracle. So the wolf though is a strong message in here, because, you know, I learned them all off by heart eventually. Do not fear your own inner power and strength. Come to know your deepest self, and even in the darkest places, you will find courage and spiritual companionship. Like it's very much about like when you're on your own, like the lone wolf, if you may. So you need not fear the inner power and strength you feel when you spend time alone. And this is the problem, quote unquote, the problem. This is why people can't be alone. This is why people can't be alone. they fear it. Why? Because they have to face themselves. The shadow, the wolf. Intuition, learning the shadow. They have to face themselves. When you're alone, you have to face yourself. Can you be alone? Like, not just you, Brittany, but you know what I mean? Like, that's why people can't be alone. They always have to have someone there. They always have to have, they can't be alone. They can't stand it. They will do whatever to make sure there's people around them all the time. They can't face themselves. It's too scary. I say to my clients, there's loneliness and then there's alone. Loneliness stems from childhood wounding or any wounding that's unhealed when you feel lonely. But then there's alone, which is a very powerful place to be in, but a lot of people can't do either, because either way you need to face yourself. You need to face the childhood woundings of all the things that made you feel abandoned and lonely, right? Unmet needs, blah, blah, blah. And then there's alone, which is a very powerful place to be in, but you're also still traversing the depths of your subconscious and facing the deepest aspects of yourself. And this is the solitude that came out randomly as well for you. It's time to take a step back, allow the universe to take over, which you are. And this is surrender, right? And you're just coming into, everyone, fuck off, just leave me alone. Because when we reach a level of aloneness where we have healed the wounds of being lonely, and then we step into aloneness, it's a very, very powerful place to be in. It's a very powerful place to be in, right? So it is about your power. Do not fear the inner power. This is Wolf. You need not fear the inner power and strength you feel when you spend time alone. Come to know your deepest self, and even in the darkest places, you will find courage and spiritual companionship. The thing that happens when we're alone, we reach a really powerful place of connection to ourselves. And people fear and feel that power. I was going to say feel that power. People fear it because it triggers such a deep level within themselves that they've not yet faced. And that's when we set boundaries and people call us a narcissist. People project all their shit onto us because all of a sudden we're not there for them like we used to. You're in this like, I'm just going to do me and everybody can fuck off. Thank you very much. Do I need to record that as like a little like reclaiming your power meditation? Oh, I think so. I'm about to start solar plexus soon. Okay. That's funny. All right. For some reason, that was a really strong message for you. Brittany, solitude, power, coming back into your power, healing powers of Mintaka. When we are in that level of aloneness and we come into that place where, you know, like we face that deepest aspect, like not many people traverse that level of subconscious, right? And you prefer to be alone. Yeah. So it's like there's loneliness, alone in a powerful way, and there's alone in a like, nobody come near me because I'm wounded, right? So there's different facets in those pieces as well. Then there's alone, right? Because it's like you've traversed the deepest aspects of your subconscious. And I feel like for you, Brittany, there's a lot of clarity about to stream in. There is a lot of like, you might have even pain in your third eye lately or anything like that. I can't remember if you're in Master Manifestor or not. I don't know why I think you're in there, but there's a lot of like vision about to come through, like a lot of clarity. So if you're in a place where you're like, you know, I'm remembering who I am, but I'm still not clear, but I can feel it, but I'm still not clear. I'm like, it's coming, right? The clarity, and I want to say the new direction of where you're being called to and why you had to traverse this level of darkness is going to come very clear. And I want to say it's going to completely change your life path. Like something is really, like it's just going to be this shining waterfall of white light. It's not really a waterfall, but it's the ocean. And it's like, but there's going to be so much clarity. It's like, get your pen and paper ready because it's time. It's time. There's a new direction coming in, right? And it's like, are you going to take that risk and follow it? And I'm like, of course she is. Because it's Brittany. Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's amazing. Suzette says, I set major boundaries with a friend of 33 years, moved out after 14 months. That's the thing, right? When we set boundaries, people will turn around and call us a narcissist. I almost posted about it the other day. Like I pretty much had that every single time. Every single time I set boundaries in my life, People have dropped away, fallen away, sometimes loudly, sometimes quietly, and I've been told that I'm a narcissist and all the things, and I'm like, okay, here we go. Okay. Anyway. Okay. So the one who stands alone is the one who never dies and can't not die. Yep, pretty much. Pretty much. Okay, so it's projection. I know, and I think narcissist is being such a commercialized word now that some people don't really know the depth of what it is either. Do and they don't, you know? Anyway, it's a whole nother subject. Okay, I'll have another round of yes pleases. If this is, oh, you're not, oh, you're in transcendence. Okay, I think that's why I was, yeah. Transcendence is coming up soon. What are we, June, July? I think it's like August or something transcendence starts. Or is it? I think it might be after. Where are we? Transcendence. End of August. So transcendence is my 6-week course. And it's literally transcending reality, but it's birthing your dreams. Like, it's that. Transcendence I've run every 9 months since 2020 when we first ran it. And Transcendence ran every 9 months. 9 to 10 months is that birthing cycle. And so we're like amplifying and the compounding of what Transcendence is every 9 months. So just on that, Brittany, I would look over your Transcendence missions and just have a revise, because what are we, probably 6 months in now? And that's 6 month birthing portal, then the 9 months. So probably have a revise of that given what came through on your reading just then. Transcendence. Okay. All right. Okay, so here is the round of yes pleases. The Goddess deck has come through. Did I ask for another round of yes pleases? I'll just wait. I know people were saying to put it in, but I don't know if I officially asked, so I'm just tuning in for this person here. Okay, so if you are ready to fully focus and be in a group who's fully just focused, right? This isn't a space for healing a master manifestor. That's not what master manifestor is for. Master manifestor is for manifesting fucking dreams and to be surrounded by those who are just like full focus on this, what we're doing, right? So if you're ready to be surrounded by people alongside this 6-week portal that is the entirety of master manifestor with the solstice, the full moon, and here we fucking go, then master manifestor is for you. So comment master, because it's mastering of your manifestations, and I'll send you the details. Okay. All right, so yes, pleases. This is the Goddess Oracle for Karen McAllister. Artemis, the Guardian. You're protected. And it's interesting because I was like, you're protected, bright future, everything's going to be okay. Green Tara, start delegating. It's almost like you're protected with whatever you've been through. The future is bright. And I'm like, you can feel that. You can feel that right now. You can feel that, but I feel like you're halting. So you stop worrying, everything's going to be fine. And I feel like you're good. You can feel it, right? You can feel it. Everything's good. You're like, yep. But you're halting. The halting is pausing the momentum that has started to move into this bright future. Don't halt and pause it. Like, it's hard to articulate this. There's been a lot of momentum built from what you've been doing, and you can feel it. It's here. Bright future, everything's going to be fine. It's almost like the only kink in the cogs, you stick a stick in the cogs. Well, the stick would probably break in a mechanical cog, but if you get what I'm trying to say. When you pop a metal rod in a mechanical grind, it's going to stop the train. I don't know why this words and analogy are coming through. You get the point, right? Because there's a lot of momentum happening in your life right now, and the only momentum the only metal pole that's stopping the momentum is your worrying about not where the momentum's taking you, but how you're going to manage it. And the how is by delegating things now before you're ready. And the bottom card is the endings and beginnings. Something is ending, something is beginning. Very much in the collective cycle right now as well, right? But in that, so that was the bottom card of the deck. And what's sticking out, right? So underneath Kali, that was the bottom card, is the sacred space. Meaning I also feel that's very connected to you're protected through this portal. Sacred space. So the siege is a quiet one, also like your sacred space. So perhaps you need to connect into your sacred space. But this Yamana is the golden opportunity. Like this is an opportunity that you don't want to stick the metal pole in the cogs that's going to stop the momentum. Does that make sense? Like you've done a lot of work that's connected and allowed you to create this. The family healings, the elephants are very connected to the family healing. And sapphire. Oh, I just posted about sapphire the other day with the dragons, right? So the sapphire in the liquid crystals, elephant is the animal totem for sapphire, spiritual truth. And so you've created a beautiful, stable foundation and balance. And now there's like another sort of wave of forward movement. Don't stick the metal pole in the cogs that have created the momentum by worrying. Instead, look at how you can expand what you have. Does that make sense? Like it's a really strong message there. It might feel like there's mountains to climb, but actually it's not, when you actually just take the pole out and just let it take you. And it's a bit like the feeling, and this is where the golden opportunity, right? It's a bit like that saying of like, just jump and figure out opening the parachute on the way down. Does that make sense? Because this opportunity is like you've created this momentum. Like this is your creation. So don't sabotage yourself right now. It's like you've done too much work to fucking sabotage yourself on this. Not going there. Master Manifestor might help you. Stay focused. Focused on the expansion and how we like work those expansive pieces rather than like sticking a fucking metal pole in and going, I don't know how to do. No, none of that. So expand, delegate, and delegate to create. Ooh, I like that. Delegate to create. Yeah, it's working for more than one, Karen. I love that. That's beautiful. I love that. Okay, so that was your message. There we go. It's really clear. Don't stop the fucking momentum. Okay, next round of yes pleases, please. All right, if these cards are resonating with you guys, Master Manifestor is happening this time next week. If you join before the weekend, you get access to the full moon ceremony, which is happening on Saturday. Then on the Monday, we start Master Manifestor. And it's solstice this week, then the full moon, then Master Manifestor. And this has been like lead up to like push and full focus alongside the amplification with the full moon ceremony, with the moon, and with the solstice, the turning pivotal point and a portal. All right, so yes pleases. So if Master Manifestor is resonating, comment Master and I'll send you the details. And I'll have another round of yes pleases for who is this card? Cards. When we are expanding, it can be, I want to say there can be a lot of fear because number one, it's change. We are creatures of comfort and habit, and change can be scary for people. Karen, you're already in it because you have inner circle access. Karen's in the inner circle. Okay. So when we are expanding, it can be scary. However, whoever this card is for, the protection card has come out again. I just pulled a reading where protection was there. So we're protected. And I guess also too, talking about all the black magic and stuff that I was feeling last week, and even did a live stream about it, did a training in my Life Purpose Legacy group about it. By the way, Life Purpose Legacy is open for early bird. I didn't even talk about that. Early bird is open for Life Purpose Legacy, which is where you get the access to all of the Life Purpose Legacy trainings. We do a live training every fortnight, And then you get access to trusted intuition. You get access to any course that I release. So Master Manifester, you get automatic access when you're in the inner circle. Inner circle covers you for everything, and you get lifetime access to all the courses, plus the Life Purpose Legacy trainings. So if you want the details for Life Purpose Legacy, early bird is open now. Comment legacy and I'll send you the details for that. Beyond protected, exactly, right? And this is like, I want to say also a choice to know that you're protected, know that you're protected in this space. Okay, so who is this for? Because I'm just talking about the I'm talking about protection again. Maybe somebody really needed to hear that. Okay, so who is this reading specifically for? Okay, so Marianne Burkholder. Just going to check that Marianne's still here before I start reading for her. You're so welcome, Natasha. All your offerings sound so awesome. Yay. Yes, Master Manifester. It's potent. I can feel it already. Someone just, I think it was Karen, and posted there. She's like, oh, not this Karen, another Karen. There's lots of Karens. So I just want to check that Marianne's still here. I'm not sure if she is. Marianne Burkholder. Yeah, Karen posted, she's like, I can't wait for this to start. I'm like, no, can feel it, right? Can feel it. The thing is, when I offer courses, they're all in alignment with the energies of what's going on. Hence why at the start of this live stream I was talking about the cycles, the rhythms. Priestesses work with the cycles. Yes, Marianne's here. Okay, cool. Because I was getting the message for you specifically, Marianne. This is about a relationship. You're protected from a particular relationship. Something has either fallen away or become conscious that I don't know about this relationship anymore. There's something about a relationship. And I want to say you're protected through this passageway. The next card was the patience and the horsetail. And I feel that this was really around... like you'll be showing the way, right? You'll be showing the way. Oh, look, and that's upside down. That's come out upside down. And that's the grace. It's like you'll be showing the way through an act of grace. It's almost like, it's not, but the way the energy's flowing. Oh, that's these cards, isn't it? This happened last week, I think. The way the energy's flowing, it's like there's a connection and you'll be showing the way to reconnect back through this portal in time. But it's almost like your patience is needed. Do you know what I mean? Like your patience is needed. Your patience is required. Like there's something about your patience here. Now, patience can be a really hard place to be in, but what patience is asking of you is to trust. There's a time and a place where we need to leave relationships and situations. For you specifically, Marianne, I feel like you're being asked to have trust and grace through this portal. I don't usually get this sort of a message for relationships. And only you will know, of course, but I feel like you're being asked for your grace and your trust and your patience to be stretched and stretched and stretched to the capacity, because I feel like something is happening where it's busting through to a whole new level, right? So I just shuffled again. The intuition card is there. I'm just going to pull a different deck of herb cards. I got given another deck the other day and I really love them. Been given all this like druid stuff. It's really amplifying. Herbal stuff and whatever. Distill yourself. Interesting. And this is where it's like, you're going to find your way through this. Do you know what I mean? Like if we look at it's a labyrinth, right? You're going to find your way through it. Like you're literally going to find your way through it. And rewild's coming back into yourself. So it's almost like this separation, this challenging portal is number one, you're protected. You're being asked to have patience with being shown the way through grace, right? Use your intuition. You will find your way back through this, but, oh my God, I'm covered in goosebumps with this for you. But what you're what is happening is you're being reconnected back to yourself. Does that make sense? It's almost like in the situation you've been in, I'm just getting waves of goosebumps. Like this hasn't stopped, right? So truth bumps, like really, really strong message for you. You in the place you have been in has disconnected you from yourself. And right now you're being asked to stretch your patience and your trust through this dark situation. And because it's reconnecting you back to yourself. Do you know what I mean? Like you will find your way back to center, back to yourself, back to, you know, this place of you. Like, but it's like in this challenging time, you're being asked to stretch your faith. I don't know how to say it any other way than that. Do you know what I mean? And it's almost like you don't need to take any action. You just need to connect back to yourself. Like, yeah. Which is Master Manifestor all over. It's like the connection. So I'm just seeing what message is this. So time, and interesting, right? Because we know that thyme is a highly antibacterial, antiviral herb. You can even just get like a stick of thyme and just pop it in a cup, pour hot water in, drink it, right? So thyme kills off whether that's germs and microbiomes or thoughts or feelings. So thyme is very psychically cleansing as well, right? This is thyme's special magic. She calls your inner flame to burn the dross, distilling your spirit. Intuitively, she knows you from not you. She sees clearly when you cannot, and this is where I was like, you're gonna find your way back to you. Yeah, it's really strong. You're gonna find your way back through this darkness. Thyme is a powerful plant. Do not call on her unless you're truly ready to be tempered in her flame. I feel like you need to call upon her. Let's pull out the big guns. So, you know. But this rewild, just gonna see what this plantain is as well. I actually really love this plantain message. I think I read this the other day. If you let her, plantain will share stories of wagon trains and ocean crossings and Alexander's shenanigans in Egypt. Given a chance, she'll make a traveler of you. She'll make a traveler of you. You're going to be able to traverse the realms to come back to yourself. You are. I want to say you already are. Given a chance, she'll make a traveler out of you. 2, drawing you gently out of your comfort zone. We've been talking a lot about that. So interesting. Okay, I'll just finish reading this. Drawing you gently out of your comfort zone, moving you from safe to the edge of the wild, pushing the boundaries of civilized behavior, and laughing at your scruples. It will start with a small thing. Plantain might offer a leaf to ease a sting or the itch of poison ivy. Just chew it and spit it on the bite. She'll encourage Great Aunt Hilda would have a heart attack, you think, while your inner wild child smiles gleefully at this baby step away from civilized. If plantain appears, it's time to indulge your inner child and seek out your next adventure. And this is the thing where out of this, you're protected as you stretch your trust through this somewhat dark portal, because the reconnection is happening. You will find that. Keep following your intuition, because you're going to come back to your true self. Like you are traversing the realms and you will reconnect. Does that make sense? Like it's happening. It's already happened. And this is the magical fire of reconnecting back to your wild, brilliant, intuitive, and free. I created a course. What did I call it? Your wild, intuitive, brilliant, and free self. And it was literally like coming out of the darkness, out of that deep disconnection of self, which some relationships can fucking destroy us and put us into that space. And reconnecting back to your wild, brilliant, intuitive, and free self, because that's who the fuck you are. It's literally who you are. And they tamed the shit out of you, and your wild, intuitive, brilliant, and free self is coming back. You are 100% on point. You're so very welcome. You're so very welcome. Okay. All right, I've got to jump on with a client. So I'm going to love you and leave you. Thank you for being here. And if you want to jump into Master Manifester, as I said, if you jump in before the end of the week, you get access to the full moon ceremony. So we've got solstice, full moon ceremony, Master Manifester begins, and it's time to take off in the direction of your dreams. This is not a space for healing. This is a space for absolutely manifesting the fuck out of your relationship and bringing those dreams to life. So if you're ready for that and ready to be in a place where everyone's focusing on that, because we know when we're in that space, it amplifies. So use your voice. It's a lot of that this live stream. I don't know why. So comment master below. I'll send you the details and I'll see you guys real soon.